Well, Texas Governor Greg Abbott blaming a rise in testing for this increase in COVID-19 cases. But as testing has gone up, so of course have the positivity rates of those tests. Now, Texas continues its aggressive reopening plan. Some are suggesting, though, that it might be time for them to hit the pause button. I want to bring in Texas Congressman and House Financial Services Committee member Roger Williams. Representative Williams, the new narrative that Texas is the new epicenter of the COVID-19 and maybe they should shut down the Lone Star State.
Well, look, it's a concern anytime you have these cases spiraling, but the governor's done a really good job. And we've already tried to shut the Lone Star State down. It didn't work, and we're open for business again. It's a fine line you have to walk. I think we're doing a good job. Our hospitals are not overrun. They're not overflowing. We're getting more testing, as you brought up. So I think we're on a pathway to get this thing where we can live with it better. But I don't think you shut Texas down. I think we learned a long time ago back in February and March, you don't need to be shutting the economics down of this country, the greatest economy in the world.
So the state is okay with hospitalizations or the ICU beds, all of those things. Right now, there's no sense of panic.
I don't think we need to panic at all. I think we need to stay the course the governor has set us on. The health care is moving forward. We got testing. We got equipment. And so we got to stay on that path, and I think we get more done by letting the economy grow than we do trying to slow it down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because for me, I understand, and I think our audience understands. There's a lot of political motivations for making Texas the story or Florida the story. They opened soon. They were aggressive. They're red states, and California's had an explosion in cases as well, and it's not the story. So. I'm glad you're here kind of helping us straighten it out. If there's something to be concerned about, fine. If it's under control, that's even better news for everybody.
Well, we think it's under control, and you're right. I mean, Texas is Texas. Somebody can use Texas as an example, whether it be positive or negative, they do it. But, early on, the governor came out with a plan, and I will tell you, Texans did a great job in doing what they were supposed to do, from social distancing to all the things, wearing masks and equipment. And that's one reason that we were able to open up as quick as we did, is because people did what they were told to do.
Now, you're one of the wealthiest members in the House, but political reporting and some others that you and 3 others have benefited from this payroll protection program, ostensibly designed for small businesses. So could you take this moment to clear the air on that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see where the problem is. I mean, I own a small business, been in business since 1939, have hundreds of employees, have grandpas, grandmas, I have single parents, I have veterans working for us. My industry is the auto industry. We're hit really hard by the pandemic, and we applied through our bank for a PPP loan. We got it, and it's worked. I'm glad we did it. I mean, why would I not want to stay competitive with my opponents? Why would I not want to make sure that I preserve jobs for my employees?
Sure. Money is fungible. We know that. So is there any way to say, okay, I specifically didn't take any money out of the batch, this PPP money that was designed for me to retain employees?
Well, we applied, and we have to adhere to the payroll rules and the other rules that allow for rent and utilities and so forth. We have to be able to do that. We have to be able to prove that. But the fact of the matter is, there was nothing in the bill that said members of Congress couldn't participate in this. There's not enough business owners in Congress. But I don't regret it at all. It's helped keep my people working. We haven't had to lay anybody off. And it's one reason we see the program working so well with Main Street America.
And for the record, I also own a small business, and I also received PPP money. And yes, you're absolutely right. It's designed not to fire people. So perhaps you think it was a cheap shot then?
Oh, I think it's a cheap shot for sure. I mean, the fact of the matter is, we did everything on the up and up. I didn't personally benefit from it. I got hundreds of employees. They benefited from it. I think they're glad that we made that decision. I wouldn't be a good CEO if I hadn't made that decision. So it was the right decision, and those that want to challenge it, I think, I don't know what they're thinking, but it's keeping the economy going, and more than likely those complaining are keeping their job because they're, the people they work for have been able to benefit from a strong economy coming back due to PPP.
Yeah, we all benefit from a strong economy. Let me ask you about Juneteenth. Now we've got a lot of calls for it perhaps to be a national holiday. Of course, it's happening in your state, Galveston. Just your thoughts about how it's exploded in terms of the national conscience and what it means in your mind for our history and what should we do about the legacy of it going forward.
Well, there's no question it's been brought to the forefront, but Juneteenth has been a holiday in Texas since 1980. I mean, we're used to that. And so I think that it's a tremendous moment in history that we need to be aware of. We need to be remembrance of it. It looks like there's going to be a bill come out of the Senate to make it a national holiday. We certainly would be supportive of that. But in Texas, like I say, we've already been used to Juneteenth and what it stands for and the celebration of it.
Congressman, thank you very much. Appreciate it. You answered a lot of questions that we really needed the answers. So we appreciate it, and happy Juneteenth.
Thank you, Charles.